right. Hey. Are live. I think that'll be good. All right, we're going to roll out a system tonight, Promise Keeper. Now, this one, um, the reason I developed this system was for people to follow this system so that they can practice the discipline of regressing and getting out of the hand. Whenever you're playing craps, what you want to do is get out of the hand as soon as possible, then do whatever you're going to do. So, Promise Keeper would be a way to get out of the hand. You promise yourself to do this as a system until you're out of the hand. Then you can switch and do whatever you want, you know. So, we're going to roll it out with $1,500. There's $1,400, $500. So what that means is we have $150 per shooter, and I'll show you how we spend $150 per shooter. Now, if you're going to do $150 per shooter, you want enough for 10 shooters. So 150 times 10 is 1,500. That's where we get that from. But before we go any further, make sure to go to holyroller.com, watch a 4-minute video I have there. I'm doing lives today because we're doing Craps for the Cure information. Craps for the Cure is coming up this weekend, and we're raising money for veterans in Vegas. I'm going to be in Vegas. We're going to do live stream from this channel, but also mainly the live stream will be on Casino Quest YouTube channel, and we're going to be there with a lot of different YouTubers, and people have been giving. And so this is my way this week. All the money that I raised this week, I'm taking to Vegas to sponsor and raise money for Craps for the Cure or for veterans. So basically, this is a big ask. I'm asking you to go to Holy Roller, or in the link of the description of this video, you can give at the link there, or even give to my Venmo, and I'll just pull the cash out and give it there at in Vegas. So let me check the chat before we get started, see if there's anybody. Ryan is in the house. What is up, Ryan? And we're going to get this started here. All right, so let's jump in and let's make it happen. There's a lot of people watching. Give this a thumbs up, okay? All right, so here we go. Promise Keeper. Again, it's a discipline system, mainly not like a strategy, even though I call it a strategy. There's strategies and there's systems. Strategy can change, but a system doesn't. That's the way I think about it. A system, you do the system until you get, in this case, get out of the hand, okay? So here we go. How do we spend our 150? All right, here we go. So it is 110 inside, and this is how you'd probably want to tell them, the dealers. You say, give me 110 inside and 15 on the 4 and 10. All right, so 15 on the 4 and 10. So that's 110, 120, 30, 140. And the extra $10, if you're the shooter, the $10 goes on the pass line for you to shoot. If you're not the shooter, you get the hard 4, hard 10. So that's your 150 action, okay? And what we're going to do is it's like a press and regress system, but it's called Promise Keeper, because you have to promise yourself you're going to do it. No matter what's happening at the table, short rolls, long rolls, whatever, it doesn't matter. You're doing this system until you get out of the hand, okay? So we're up, we're off, and we'll assume somebody else is the shooter, and then we will just get rolling here, okay? All right, here we go. So coming out, and let's see what the point will be. 8. It will be 8. The point will be 8, and Now we're on, okay? Now, you might say, Brian should have told us what the system is. It's a press and regress. We're gonna press, if a 5 hits, we're pressing the 5 and 9, make them look like 35 each. If the 6 and 8 hit, we're pressing them 12 each, so they look like 42 each. If the 4 or 10 hit, we're making those both look like a quarter. And here we go. Let's see what happens. And it's 9. All right, so the 9 hits, it pays 35. I'm gonna pay it like this. There's 10, 20, 35. And the reason why I'm paying like that, because we're gonna say, take my 5 and 9 to 35 each. Take my 5 and 9 to 35 each. Bring 15 back, okay? I'm gonna put this to the side actually right now. All right, there we go. That's the first hit. Let's see what happens. And it is 7 out. Crap. Not crap 7, just a 7, you know. Short roll. Promise yourself. So out of a $150 investment, we got $15 out of it. So that's like some of these, what do you call it? I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do 150, right? Put it over here, and then go like that. And I'm gonna just put everything back. Next time, I probably won't do that. This just takes a little bit. All right, then we have our $10, or no, 150, sorry. All right, so there's 150, okay? So here we go, another shoot. Promise Keeper, let me check the chat. I'm gonna check the chat periodically. Make sure to go to holyroller.com. We're raising money for Craps for the Cure this week and trying to raise $50 per viewer. And so if you're viewing, that's the goal. You don't have to when you go to holyroller.com or in the description to give directly to the channel here. And at the channel, we're going to bring all the money there and give to Craps for the Cure. You could put any amount in. When you click it, it doesn't say $50. When you click it, it has 0, and you could put whatever you want in there. So 50, you could put 25. Look, I got a $10 super chat right here. I collect until I get to 140. Okay, so you just do same betting all the time. Just same bet. And get there. That's Claude. Mike from 85 Bears. The 85 Bears is here. Good to see you. And Brian, Crap and Campers here. Hey, what's up? And so we're raising money for Craps for the Cure tonight. And so you can go to crapsforthecure.com and give there. I would encourage you to watch live and go through. There's going to be raffle tickets you could buy for like $1. I think you have to buy 5 of them, so it's a $5 minimum. But you could buy like 100 tickets if you want. And there are things worth thousands of dollars that you can win with the raffle at crapsforthecure.com. So the Craps community, there's a lot of YouTube channels that have been raising money. This year, I've been raising money for a full-size craps table for the channel, but I'm pausing that fundraiser for this week, and this week only, we're raising money for Craps for the Cure. And so together, not the channel, but not just the Holy Roller channel, but as a community, we're trying to raise $50,000 for veterans and watch the video, the 4-minute video, and you'll see what it's all about. All right, we're coming out again, and we're not working, okay? So usually if I do have the hard ways, I always work them. There's a hard 8. I didn't have that anyway, but we're on the 8. All right, here we go. We're working now. Let's see what happens. And it's 3, Craps 3, does nothing for us. And it's a 4. All right, so there's a 4. And so watch this. The way that this pays, I'm actually going to pay it like $27, okay? Because the way it pays is this. We make this look like a quarter. We make that look like a quarter. On the ship, we have to pay the VIG for it, right? And the hard 4 falls, right? And we put it back. So we didn't have to put any more money in, okay? And these look like a quarter each. And they're buy bets, all right? There we go. So now we are ready to go. Here we go. Let's see what happens. and it's a 5, okay? And again, I'm gonna pay the 5 by 25.35. I'm gonna pay it like that because we're gonna go make my 5 and 9 look like 35 each. Okay, 15. That was for the first shooter. We made 15. Now we made 15 again. All right, here we go. Let's keep it rolling this time. And it is an 8. All right, we hit them all as far as we got the pressure all the way. Because on this one, pays 35. We're going to say make my 4 and 10, or sorry, make my 6 and 8 look like 42 each, okay? And so what that's going to do is, let me do it like this. So they're going to take that quarter, they're going to give you 11 back, and then they're going to press these by 12 each or by $24. And you're going to bring back 11 back to your rack. Okay, so now we have $26. Now, all we have to do is hit another one. Let's see what happens. And it is a 6, hard 6. All right, so we throw in 1 for 50, okay? And this is the promise keeper part of it, because you got to this place and you're like, wow, I could make $50 on or $49 on every roll. However, now if we would have gotten a hit on the 4 or 10 before we press these, or a 5 or 9 before we press these, like whatever, the first time you get the 50, you regress, okay? So what you'd say is take me back down to where I was, or to the minimum, not minimum, but 110 inside, 15 on the 4 and 10, okay? 15 each on the 4 and 10. All right, so let me break this like this, just so the so I could show you, because we're gonna get the $2 back that we paid when we take them down. They're gonna get to 15, okay, and then we're gonna take these down, and we're gonna take these back down, okay. So let me get a nickel for this and show you. There is 50, right? So we're bringing $116 back to our rack. 116 plus 25. So let me get that right there. Plus 25. So 125, 30, 41. 141. So look at that. $9. We're in the hand. We have $150 action, and we have $9 at risk. And that's the promise keeper. So now all you have to do is same bet. You could same bet anything and be out of the hand. So you do the system and then you get out of the hand. Now sometimes you would hit it and regress on like one of the numbers, and you're nowhere near that. And so we'll see what happens on the rollout, how it works. And there's a 7. It would be. You know, everybody's blaming you because you regressed, you know. All right, there's the 7 out, or blaming me, right? All right, here's 1. I'm going to just give it like this, 150. So 150 action, okay? And I'll check the chat before the next come out roll, and then invite you also, if you're just tuning in, go to holyroller.com, watch the 4-minute video there. We're raising money for Craps for the Cure this week, and this week only. And so we did lose $9 on that, by the way. So now we're going to put this back. Let me check the chat and say hi to a few people. And we have Justice, Jen, and Waylon in the house. Jen's going to be at Craps for the Cure. And Claude is here. And yes, all right. Wayne, what's up? You got it. I would bet at a higher amount. Well, not all of us have your bankroll, Wayne. If I had your bankroll, I'd be betting higher too. In fact, I'm just playing. In fact, maybe you give me your bankroll and I'll make sure to take care of it for you. Oh. You got a inflatable mattress. We're bunking up. Some people are bunking up because Vegas is very hard to get rooms right now with and we're gonna be there or it's hard to get rooms for this weekend. All right. So 150 action, Promise Keeper. You're doing a system instead of I call it a strategy, but the difference between a system and a strategy in my mind is that a strategy, you kind of change strategies or whatever. A system, it doesn't matter what's happening, you're doing this system until you get out of the hand. So we almost got out of that hand $9 away. All we needed was a hit. Now, this is 150 action. You do 110 inside, 15 on the 4 and 10, and the other $10 is for the hard 4, hard 10, unless you're the shooter. This time we'll be the shooter. So we'll just put $10 there, and we'll be the shooter. So coming out, here we go. And it is a 9. So the point is 9. And the reason why we would just leave this instead of putting it back for odds is because on a cruise ship with Royal Caribbean, it only has single odds, so I never play odds. I'd rather just have it out here and get credit for a free cruise anyway. So here we go. Let's see what hits, and then we'll press the sisters. Oh, there's a 7 out. Wow. Wow. I should have concentrated, right? That's why I want to get like a real table for the channel so that I can actually throw like from far away, like an actual throw. Sometimes I feel like it's just, you know, I'm a horrible shooter. 0.7 out. Oh my goodness. 150 action back. Okay. So they would take all that down, then they would put all that back up. That's the worst part about a 0.7 out is all the work that goes into it for the dealers. They put up everybody's bet, you know, and then what happens? Oh my goodness. All right. Well, let's try it again, and we'll get it. Remember, Promise Keeper, you have to promise yourself. There's another 9. It's somebody's going to show us how to get a 9. All right, here we go. We're on, and it is 3, craps 3. And let's see about another 3, craps 3. Should have been running with the bulls right there. And there is a 5. So we got a 5. And right when the 5 hits, and this is a good tip, whenever you're playing, whether you're doing a strategy or a system, make sure to know what you're going to do if something hits. And when it's your turn, just say it right away. So usually I'm the first one that they would pay, and because I'm at stick left 1, and so right when that 5 hit, I would say press my 5 and 9. I would say make my 5 and 9 look like 35 each. Okay, so they would give me $35. So there's 25, 30, 35. All right. So for them, it would probably be easier, but they would probably go like, they'd go like this and then give me the quarterback for that 35. But anyway, this right here, the reason why I'm paying that is because so that we could just go like that, and then we're gonna bring 15 back to our rack. All right, so we press, if the 5 or 9 hit, we press them both just to the next level, so that pays 49 each. Here we go, let's see what happens. And 4, all right, a 4, easy 4, the hard 4 falls. Now what this pays $27, and we're gonna say buy the 4 and 10 for 25 each. That's $2 vig, right? So those will look like 25, and then those will be buy bets, and then this $5 will be right there. So notice we're pressing, but we're not throwing in money all the time. Okay, we're doing the system. Now it didn't matter if a 5 or 9 hit, we would go down, you know, back to where we started. If a 4 and 10 hit, we go down. Chance, like the last time we did this, a 6 and 8 hit right now, and then we'd press those, but let's see what happens. Yeah, that's what happened. There's an 8. All right, so we're going to get $11 back because we're going to say press the, sorry, I say press, but press double. So you could say add pressure, but I think the best way to say it is make my 6 and 8 look like 42 each, or 6 and 8 to 42. You know, you could say it as little words as possible. 11, right? So there's $11. And now we're going to keep this dollar ready because whoever hits next, we're going to throw in a dollar for 50. Here we go. Let's see what happens. And it's a yo 11, yo 11. And it's a 9. All right, hit, and it's a 9. This is a great time. I actually love it when it happens like this, when it's the point, because I throw in 1, they pay everybody else, they give me 50 for 1, and then it goes off. I let another come out roll happen. You know, I just bring this back. I let another come out roll happen, so the game's moving, you know. There's a yo, and there's a 10, so the point is 10, and now everybody's going to do their bets, right? Point is 10. I'm going to say, bring me to 110 inside, and so they would do that really quick for me, and then I'd say, and make my 4 and 10 look like 15 each. So they give me the $2 back when they take this down, and these would look like 14 each. So now I bring all this stuff back. Let's count it up. There's 100. There's 125. There's 5 right there. 125, 30, 40, 141. All we have to do is same bet, and then we're out of the hand. That is the system. That is Promise Keeper. You promise yourself you're going to go down, but you're like, oh man, that person just hit a point. They're going to have a long roll. You got to promise yourself to get out of the hand. And so there's a 6. So now we same bet. So you same bet, okay? And so we bring that back. So we know that we have our 150 back, and we're actually up $26, okay? Here we go. Now you can continue the process if you want. So sometimes on skill 66, or you know, when you start with 6, you do pressure and then you go down to 44. You can press it up to 66, do 22 inside pressure, and then go down to 44. Like, you could just keep rotating the system if you want. So we just got a 9, and so we could just, and for the sake of the video, we're just going to repeat the system, okay? So it's going to be 35. We're going to make the 5 and 9 look like 35 each and bring back 15, okay? Here we go. Now, if a 5 and 9 hits, we're collecting and then we're going back down. So you don't have to get all of them, okay? There's a 9, perfect example. We know we're gonna throw in 1 for 50, right? And we're gonna say, make my 5 and 9 look like 25 each. So we're bringing 70 back to our rack, okay? And that's the system. I mean, there's a 6, so we know that we're gonna get $11. And we're going to 42, and we're bringing 11 back. So bringing 11 back. So this is the 150 that we're out of the hand with, so I'm gonna just put it there. This is our profit right now. So, all right, there we go. So now, like I said, you could just repeat the process. So there's a 12 midnight, and another 12 midnight back to back. Should have been running with the Bulls. That's twice tonight. And there's a 9, all right? So the 9, again, you might say, whoa, you would have got another 50 on that 9. Well, yes, I know I would have, but I'm showing you the system. I'm bringing $15. I got $15 on the 9, and now I'm going up. Now, if you repeat the process over and over, when would you not come down? When you're up in your entire bankroll. Now remember, I lost 150 at least twice. So that's what I'm looking at over here. I got 150. I still need to get 150 more to be back to my 1500. So that's why I'm going to be disciplined, and that's why the Promise Keeper, you have to promise yourself that you're going to do the system until you get up in your entire bankroll. So now we're there on the 9. Let's keep it going. And it is a 9 again. All right, now watch this. We throw in 1. It's 50 for 1. And then we're going, take my inside down to 110. So you take your inside down to 110. You have to promise yourself you're going to do it, because you know you don't want to do it. Because you're like, I'm getting $50 on every hit. But right now, you just have to promise yourself that you're going to do it that way. All right. So let me get. I'm kind of making some change here. So there's that. So there's 100, 150. Okay. Let me just. Normally I have these in stacks. When I have it in my bankroll, in my rack, I have it in a way where I don't have to count because I could just see everything for what it is. So I'm kind of looking at the entire bankroll now. So there is another. So here's 1,014. Okay, so I'm about $80. Sorry, $65 away. Oh, I forgot about this. That's $5. That's the $5. All right, so we're $40 away. No, what is it? We have 35. All right, so we need to get to 100. So we could same bet, or we can just keep the system going. Okay, so there's a 10 winner. All right, so we're keeping the system going. It's a winner 10. We say buy the 10, and it's easy 10. So on that one, the $5 goes. We don't bring anything back to our rack. And there we go. So now we have the 4 and 10 pressed. All right, coming out. And it's a CRAPS 3. I should, how many? Oh, it's a 9. I was going to, if this is going to be another horn, I'm going to be pissed. Not really. All right, here we go. 9. Here we go. Now we're working. Let's get it. And 7 out. All right, so we're almost back to our original bankroll, but we're doing the system, you know. So these will go back down, and I will check the chat in one moment and read about all the criticism that comes my way. It's okay, because I could have made and I made, and Wayne would have bet a lot higher, and you could do the same system at a lower level or a higher level. The reason why I like this level is it works on a $15 table. Also, that when the 4 and 10 hit, you don't have to throw in money. Like all of these, you don't have to throw in money to take it to the next level, which is really nice. So, and doing this work, 50 back and then regressing, it's better than, you know, like if it was a lower level and you bring 14 back and then regress. It's like, you know, it's kind of like, that's, I want to bring back a lot more. So, all right, there we go. We're throwing in 150 again. So 150 action. We're not the shooter. And notice what I'm up is over here for this shooter. I need to get 150, so I'm gonna put 150 aside. So whenever I'm playing, and I'm getting paid and all that kind of stuff, anything that I win during this shooter, I put on. You know how you have your rack and you have like 4 spots, or you have 2 rails, but you have like this side, that side, this side, that side. I always keep whatever I'm making for this shooter over here. My first goal is to get to that 150 because that's what I have out there, and then I'll over. Then once I get to 150, then I put it with all the rest of my bankroll. Then I say, okay, how much am I making per this shooter? All right, let me check the chat. And if you haven't given to Craps for the Cure, you could go to crapsforthecure.com to give, but also you can give through holyroller.com. I'm trying to raise money as the channel, as my community here, the Holy Roller community, people that watch my channel. I'm trying to raise like $50 per viewer. You could give through my Venmo. You could give through the link in this description or the link on the website and in the description of that video. So, trying to get to my level on 2 cruise. Oh, 2 cruise a month. I only go on 1 cruise a month. Oh, are you talking about Ryan? Because Ryan, he just works and gets off work and goes on a cruise and then goes back to work after the cruise. Ryan's still here. Roll it out with 150 on the DP. Yeah, that is another thing that you could do. You can do the what's called the secret system. the way I do the secret system, you could put 150 on the DP. I'll do that right now. I'll roll it out like that for this time and show you how that would work. All right. Just place the point. Oh yeah, yeah. I guess we could do that too. Place the point. Where's my hat? How dare you, Claude? Oh my goodness. I know. I usually do wear a hat when I have the camera right above looking down because, you know, when I go like that. So now, yeah, you got the glare. You got the glare. All right, let's roll it out with 150. So that's another thing to think about. Like, let me take a drink real quick and then we'll talk about this. Okay, let's talk about whether you're doing 150 on the don't or just working your 150. You know what I mean? Like, you're risking 150, right? The only difference is with this one, you know, you are risking, you know, that the point would hit, you know, that you would hit the point. It wouldn't, you know, like once you're set. So if you're risking here 150, don't risk that 150 because that's $300 at risk. But if you were trying to make comp value and you could do the light and the darkness, promise keeper style, you know, but it doesn't work. And the reason why it doesn't work is because then you would want to take your first hit and put it on the point. And maybe your second hit and put it on the point. Your third hit, put it on the point. I guess you could like figure out if you need 3 hits, you know, and if a 7 comes within the 3 hits, at least you got your 150 back. So let's see what happens. We have to get no 7, no 11 on this, and it's a 9, all right? So we get set with a 9. Now look, this 9 gonna pay 35 if we hit the 9 and we lose 150. So usually you would put most everything on the 9 and then just spread out all the rest, right? So that's why this is like totally different than the light and the darkness. But let's play it out and see if we can miss that 9. So now you're trying to miss a 9. And there is a 4, all right? So that's an easy 4, so we know that the 4 and 10 go to a quarter, and the hard 4 is back, right? And we don't bring anything back to our rack. All right, here we go. And it is 7. Oh, wow, it worked this time, I guess. Okay, so Ryan's a genius. I'll just play it. All right, so I'm going to take these back down. So watch what happens. We lose this 150. We get it paid right here because we didn't get out of the hand. So, but it is that big risk. We could have just lost 150 on the come out, or we could lost, you know, close to 150 if the 9 would have hit, you know. So, okay, this time I'm not gonna play that way. Not gonna do it the light and the darkness. I'm gonna stick to the system. I'm gonna promise myself to be a promise keeper. Although I just I just saved money because of Ryan. I was following Ryan's lead on that. He must have knew something. All right, now being that I'm not on the don't, watch like a 2 or 3 roll, you know? Nope, it's a 9. Again, back, same scenario. Hopefully this time we can get out of the hand. Let's follow the system. Here we go. And it is a 6. And that means that we bring 11 back and sorry, I'm trying to grab it all like quick, fast, in a hurry, but then I was really slow. 11 back, we're 11, we got $11. There's an 8. All right, here we go. We're throwing in the 1 for 50, and see, we didn't press anything else, but we're going back down to 30 each. So we're bringing another 75 back to our rack. All right, so that's a $75 hit back to our rack. This system and the product, it makes you bring money back. Like that first hit that we hit, we brought 11 back. Once we hit it again, we're bringing that win and the other win from last hit back. So we have $85 right now, okay? All right, here we go. And it's a 10. And we know that a 10 and a 4, we don't bring anything back, but we do have a good bet out there. So there we go. And here we go. Let's keep it rolling. And there is the 6. And so we know bringing 11 back. Look at, oh man, I was one off. I almost grabbed it perfect. We're bringing 11 back. There we go. $11 back to our rack. Here we go. 7 out. Oh man, I should have been right there. All right, so now you saw how it works both ways. But we had $150 investment and we brought back $96. So we're down, what is that? $54. So we lost 54 on that one. Actually, let me just keep this up, sorry. I'm gonna keep this. That goes there. All right. All right, let me check the chat and then we will continue to roll. Let's see where we are. We are, let me put this back. And we have, there's 75, 70, 81. So we are 119. So, yeah, that's why I play the DP instead. All right, you got it. You got it. Hard to get more than 2 or 3 hits sometimes. Yeah, you got that right. What's up, Ian? Ian's jumping in. Ian's in the house. Everybody would be on the DP when Brian's rolling. I'm just playing. Or when anybody's rolling, right? Go to the DC instead. Oh my goodness. I don't know about that. All right, so that's 150. We haven't put in our 150 yet. So there's our 150. And now I'm going to put all this over here so we can keep track of what we make for this shooter. First goal, we're promising ourselves that we're going to get to 150 first. But we're not just going to do same bets to get there because, as Waylon said, it's hard to get 2 or 3 hits sometimes, you know. And so we're hoping to get some repeaters when we get them. So we're not. Oh, sorry, we forgot about our hard 10. All right, here. 150 action on the 8 now, and we're working. And let's get it. And there is the 6. It rolled. It was a 6, 4-2, by the way. 4-2-6, and we know we're bringing 11 back to our rack, right? And the other 24 goes right here to make the 6 and 8 look like 42. All right, here we go. And there's a hard 10. All right, here's a good one because we got the hard 10, okay? So usually we know that we would buy the 4 and 10, right, for 25 each. The $5 would go back on the hard way, but we get an extra $5, okay? So being that we have an extra $35, we rack that. So you just keep it the same. So that's the promise you have to make yourself, you know, that you're not going to do it. Don't do it, because now we have $51, okay, $51, 2 hits, and then the 6. Okay, perfect. The reason why this is perfect is because the promise, you have to promise yourself, right? You're going back down, okay? So let me first, I guess I first can pay. So let's first throw in the $1 for 1 for 50 and then make my 6 and 8 look like 30 each, okay? So they look like 30 each. Then 4 and 10 look like 15 each. So you're going to get the $2 back when you take these down. Then these look like 15 each, okay? Let's calculate everything that we're bringing back to our rack, okay? So that you can see what it is, okay? So there and there. This actually is not part of what comes back. It's right there. All right. So here we go. We're back to 110 inside and 15 each on the 4 and 10, $5 each on the 4 and 10 hard. And here is, man, we're so close. Look at this. With the hard way that was included, we got 100, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 46. We're $4 away. Okay, so we know all we have to do is same bet the next one, or it depends on what hits. Oh, hard 4. Perfect, perfect. Because in this case, you want to just continue the system so you know that you're going to get the 4 and 10 to $25 each. You get $35 for the hard 4, right? And we're just going to collect this, and we know that we're out of the hand and we're in profit. So there's our 150. We're going to bring that back, by the way. There's D. So now we put it in our rack with everything else. We know that this is what we're up for the shooter. So we're up, here's a quarter. So we're up $36. Now, being up $36, and we have 150 for this hand. That's 150 for free right now with this hand, and an extra $36. Okay, so here we go. Now you might say $36. Put 18 on the 6 and 8. Bring that up. Take it easy. We just follow the system. There's a 5, and so we know that that's $15 for us because we make these look 30, 35 each, and we bring back another 15. So you just follow the system. There's a 6, and we know that a 6 is $11 for us, and that it is 42 each, or we're pressing the $12 each on the 6 and 8, bringing back 11. Okay. Here we go, and it is a 9. All right, so now remember the system, okay? Because remember, we got our 150 back. So you might say, do I have to regress? Well, let's get paid first, okay? There's 50 for 1. Okay, let's see if we have to regress. How would we know if we have to regress everything? Because look, everything's pressed up. $49 per hit right now. So let's see. We have, there's that. There's 100. Okay, let's get that in a black chip. There's that. Okay, I think we're almost there. Look at this. There is, man, we're almost there. So technically, because we started with 1,500, okay, so there's a 13, 14, we're almost there. If we do regress, we're there. But when you're up in your entire bankroll, that's when you can just start here. You could just, so technically we're just a few away. We could take the 5 and 9 down. Probably we can actually just take one of them to 25, and then we'd be there. So if you want to be disciplined to the system, I mean, you could take your hard ways down and be there. So let's do that. Let's take this down, and we're there. Look, so now we have our original bankroll. We're up $2 from our original bankroll, and we have all of that there. So it's your choice. I'll let you choose in the chat. Do I regress down? I have my 1,500. Should I regress down, or should I just go for a couple hits at $50 a piece? Let me know in the chat. And the first one that says what I should do, I will do it. How about that? And go for it. All right, I'm seeing go for it. Oh, I see a regress. Wayne was first, Justice Jen. Wayne was first, and you know, Justice Jen probably plays more craps than all of us, and she's probably a lot wiser as well, because she has, I call her just ice running through those veins, just ice. She just knows regress. All right, here we go. Will it be $50 Or will it be, should I have regressed? Here we go. It's a 4, hard 4. That's what I get. Sometimes, you know what's funny is, you know, they always say if you take it down, it's going to hit. Sometimes I do take stuff down just to see if it's going to hit. But there is one for 50. And if you want to regress like out of it, like reverse, because the 4 hit, I could go to 15 each on the 4 and 10 and bring that back too. But, you know, I'm not going to do it because I'm up in the bankroll, right? I'm up. So here we go. Let's see what happens. And it's a 4 back to back, but not the hard 4 this time, just a regular 4. Let's get another $50. So there's another $101 is what we're up with no regression right now. And there's a 9, okay? And you might say, okay, when, we're going to throw in $1 for 50. You might say, when do you either regress or begin to press more? Well, look, we have 150. We have 150, which is one entire hand that we could play for free. So we're up in our bankroll by one entire hand, okay? So instead of 10 shooters, we have 11 shooters now. So now with this, now you can kind of press as you go, and I'll show you how I would do. So here we go, and see if we can keep this rolling. There's a 6. All right, perfect. So what I would do is 6 and 8 look like 60 each. They'll get $1 from here, okay? And then they will pay 50 for one, and then they'll make them both look like 60 each, and you're bringing $13 back to your rack. Wait, yes, $13 back to your rack, all right? So you're still racking as you go, but now you have $60 on the 6 and 8. All right, here we go. There's a 9. All right, so the 9, it's 50 for one, right? And then we're gonna make them both look like 50. We're bringing back 21. Sorry, did I put that 1 over there? No. We're bringing back $20 back to our rack now. All right, and we're at 10 inside now. So here we go. And it's an 8, all right, 8. And so now you can, the first time I get there, I do same bet on the next one. So I'm gonna throw in a nickel for 75, so 5 for 75, okay? And then put it over here, okay? And here we go. Oh, was that an 8? That was the point. That's awesome. 0.8, point hit. All right, here, coming out, and it's a 4. So the point is 4 now. And we're just gonna keep it rolling. Let's see what happens. Same hot shooter, and it is a 5, okay? A 5, and I'm throwing a nickel for 75. Remember, this is the first payment at this level, okay? So now we collect. So we're pressing the inside. Next inside, we're pressing the sisters, and I'll show you how to do that. Here we go, and it is a 5. All right, so 5 for 75. There we go, and here it goes. Make them look like 75 each. We bring a quarter back to our rack. So basically, because of the 75 and the 5, I mean, we're bringing $90 back to our rack, but it looks like 100 to us, okay? But now these pay 105. Let's see if we can get a 5 or a 9. There's a 9, and that pays 105. And again, that's same bet because remember it's the first time we pressed there, so now we're same betting for that one. Okay. Here we go. And this is like beyond the promise keeper, by the way. All right, there's a 5, and it pays 105. We're gonna say make them both look like 100. Okay. So then you're bringing back 55 to your rack, and you're still pressing along the way. Here we go. And it's a 4, hard 4, point hit. We're gonna throw in, like in this case, I'm gonna throw in $3, okay? And what happens is I'm gonna get the 1 for 50, right? But then I'm making them both look like 50 each, okay? And I'm getting $2 back to my rack. So a point hit, and it's a 4 and 10 for 25 each, and I just got $2. I'm not worried about it because I need to get my 4 and 10. Let's get it. That pays, $98. This pays 140, 140. And this one is ready to press on the next hit because I collected the last one. All right, coming out. And it is a 5. So the point is 5. And now let's see what we get here. And it is an 8, hard 8. All right. So that's going to pay $70. Okay. We're going to make the 6 and 8 look like 90 each. All right. So we're only bringing $10 back on that hit, but that's why you don't really worry about it, because remember, that's why you take the hit. So on all of these, the next hit will be same bet. So that's kind of, you have to promise yourself. There's a 10, and we throw in $2 for 100, and we same bet it, right? We same bet it, okay? So on the next hit of the 4 or 10, they're gonna look like 75 each. You kind of just go. Let's see, there's a 3, craps 3. Now some people would be more aggressive. There's a 6, and that is 105, and we know that's same bet. Same bet, okay? Some people would be more aggressive, like there's another 6. So 6 or 8, we know we're going to 120, okay? So it's 105, and we say take my 6 and 8 to 120 each, okay? We're bringing $45 back to our rack, okay? So $45, that's a good hit, right? And now we know we're same betting on the next 6 or 8, and it is an 8, all right? So we know we're same betting 140, or we throw in 10 for 150, okay? 10 for 150, and I know this is going fast. Like, I try to go fast because that's how the game works. Some people that watch my videos, they're like, slow down, man, slow down. I can't. You know, you could get it watching some of the videos I watch on fast speed, like 1.5, 1.25. If it's really slow, I'm watching it at 1.75, just so you know. But sometimes if I'm going fast, you might have to slow it down a little bit. That's all. But the reason why I go fast is because that's how the table moves. The table moves fast. So you have to know what you're going to do before it hits. Okay, so what are you going to do? I know that I'm pressing the 6 and 8. I know that I'm same betting the 5 and 9, and I'm pressing the 4 and 10. But you don't, I mean, you at this point, you could regress and start over. Let's see if we can hit that 5, though. and it's 7 out. It hit the chips over here, and it's a 7 out. Did somebody say regress in there? Somebody said, oh, you can always press the 4 and 10. Rack the profit as well. Yeah, you can. Yeah, you can. But I don't like to, for the sake of the dealers, I like to keep the pressing simple. Like, instead of going from 25 to 35 on the 4 and 10, I just go from 25 to 50 to 75 to 100. And then from 100, I usually go to 150 because, you know, I try to keep taking stuff back and pressing at the same time. But we had a out there, and we made some. So let's get our bankroll back where it needs to be. So there's our 1,500. Here's let's see how much is here. So close. And so here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 75, 85, 95, 97. 797. 797 up on our bankroll. So that's pretty good. And so that's why you have the, what do you call it? The promise keeper. You got to promise yourself to get out of the hand first. Now, some of you be like, man, you were, by the time, you know, there is a mindset of treating every roll like it's the monster roll. And what happens is people, they just press, they collect, they press, they collect, they press, they collect along the way. But you know, some of those pressures, we're only bringing back $10. So with the promise keeper, you have to promise yourself you're going to get out of the hand before you do what I just did. And so not only get out of the hand, we kept doing the system over and over where we were pressing, regressing, until we got up in our entire bankroll. When you're up in your entire bankroll, above 1,500 is what we started with, but we were down, and we had to use the system to get the $1,500 back. Once we got the $1,500 back, then we just attacked and we kind of just press and collect along the way. Some people want to press until they get to table max, and then at table max, that's when they'll like collect, you know. Now, that is a whole different system. That's a whole different, like you could transition to that if that's what you want to do. You can, like that one I kind of just did and I was just pressing along the way to show you. This next time, if we get there, what I'll probably do is I'll get out of the hand, and then I'll pick a number and we'll go for it. We'll just tower one number and make that our jackpot. Okay, so we do have 150, 150, 150, 150, 150. Look, we have 5 shooters without even touching our bankroll anymore. We could do 5 shooters at 150 and not even worry about it, you know. And you might say, no, I'm worrying about it because I want to leave with a profit. And if you say, okay, I want to leave with $300 profit or, you know, 450, if you did, let's just, this is close to 500. So no, not, so here's 500. Sorry, I got it all mixed up now. There's 500. So technically, to have 1,500 and walk away with a profit of 500, that's really good. That's really good. That's a good percentage. If technically, you know, 20%, 300. You know, 300 would be a good walk away goal. But remember, we just made all that on the first shooter. So even with that, we have almost enough for two shooters. So we'll start with the first one and then we'll go from there, okay? Because we'll try to get out of the hand. Let me check the chat, and if you haven't been to holyroller.com and watched the 4-minute video that I have there about Craps for the Cure and what we're doing for Craps for the Cure for our channel, raising money this week, where you could send money in the link, or you can even Venmo me, and I'm taking the money to Vegas, giving it to Craps for the Cure. Let's do it as a team, you and I. Send me to Vegas, would you? Send me to Vegas with some funds, not for me to gamble or whatever, but for me to give towards Craps for the Cure. I do have a bankroll that I will be using when I'm there, when we go to the table, but a bulk of the show will be at Casino Quest Training Center, their new training center. And so anyway, let me check the chat. Waylon says that 50% is a good night. Yeah, that's for sure. 50, yeah, it's great. Yeah, that was a good roll. And the thing is, we weren't too aggressive. I could have had over $1,000+ because I left so much on the table. That's another way to think about it. Like if you're playing conservative, like the conservative play would be to just keep going up and down, up and down. So you kind of like just, but then once you get to a place, you're just like, I'm just gonna press and collect, press and collect. But so there's 2 different ways to think of press and collect. There's where you press, you know. So say you have, you know, like a $30, right? So you have $30 and you get paid $35 and you press. So you go to 60, right? So that's a press. And then the next one you'd collect, right? So you would collect $70. And you're like, that was my $30 bet and I got 70 out of it. And then the next hit you would press, the next hit you would collect. So that's press and collect. There's also the step that I think a lot of people miss is press, collect, regress. And that $70 now turns out to be $100, right? Or $105 really. $105 profit off of a $30 bet, right? If you regress, okay? Now, the press and collect, there's another way to think about it, is at the 70, we press, but we collect. So we're not doing a full press because 70, so I'm just using my own money right here, 70, right, would you would press to 90, right? And then you would collect. So you're pressing and collecting during every roll. So that's what I did on this one. I did press and collect, but then I also did I don't know if you remember, but I also did a same bet. I added same bet in there. So I pressed, collected, same bet. The thing I didn't do once we got our money up in our bankroll, I didn't regress. And Justice Jim was saying regress. I think Claude was saying regress. Like, yeah, regression is, if you don't, what's that saying? If you don't regress, you'll be depressed. That's only if you're counting. but if you don't regress, you'll be depressed if you don't get out of the hand. So that's the first step, is to get out of the hand, and that's why we're doing Promise Keeper. I'm gonna roll it out one more time because I'm gonna lock up profit, and I'm gonna promise myself that I'm rolling it out one more time. All right, here we go. 15 and 15. And we'll be the shooter this time, which means we have to put in $10 right there on the pass line. All right. Let me check the chat before I come out roll here. True that, Waylon. Don't be the guy power pressing for 15 rolls. That is hilarious. Oh my gosh. You got to bring something back. There is what's called ABCs, the ABC, always be collecting, And so as long as you're bringing something back, like with this one on that 4 and 10, you don't really bring anything back the first time, but after that you do. But everything else, you're bringing something back as you go. All right. Here we go. We're the shooter. We're going to try it one more time. Let's see if we can have another good one. Another good roll. Usually after the long roll, there's a short roll. I don't know why that happens, but there's a 10. And so we are out on the 10. Here we go. Let's see what happens. And it's a 3, craps 3. Nothing. And it is 7 out. Man, I shouldn't even have called it, but I did. I did. I got nothing. I got nothing out of it. I did lock up my profit. Let me see what it was. Let me see. I gotta get it. Here. So there's that. What did I say? 500. Yeah, 500 profit. So I got 125 left. So I don't have quite enough. So. Sometimes, I know I said one more time, but let me do 110, okay? That's $15 back. See, we were a horrible shooter, right? So 110, that's $15. We're going to just get the 4, so we'll just play the same thing, but without 10, okay? Here we go. For reals this time, last time, for reals, because I'm walking away with $500 profit. All right, there's a 6. Easy 6. The point is 6. And let's see if we can get a good roll out of this one. And there's a 2. You might say, if you don't have the 10, why even do the 4, right? There's a run with the Bulls style. Man, there we go. And it is, 3, running with the Bulls. There goes my money right there. So the first see a horn, bet a horn. If you're running with the Bulls, you bet the same amount on the horn high yo and the field. So we would have hit that 11, then we would have hit the 3. And you press 1 unit along the way as you win. Let's see where we would have been. And I saw the 1, I thought for sure. There's a 6 winner, by the way. 6 winner. We're bringing 11 back, but watch this. Watch this. We bring 11 back. We know that the 6 and 8 look like 42 each. It is a winner. Let's get a $10 tip. We're not quite there, but let's get it, All right, here we go. Remember, we don't have the hard ways. So if this hits, if a 4 hits, we can make them both look like a quarter because of that extra $5, all right? Now, and it is a 11. 3, craps 3. Oh my goodness. A 6, back out on the 6. Let's keep it going. And it's a 9. That's bringing $15 back, but we're gonna bring $10 back to our rack. Because, why? Why are we? You should know, because we're gonna make that 10 right? And now we bring it back. We got $13 over here. Lucky 13. There's a 6, winner. And there is the 1 for 50. Now, if we're playing the system, we regress, right? To get our 150 back, okay? So here we go, let's do it. And it's a good time because it was the point hit. Okay? So we're playing the system. We're sticking to high level in the inside. We're not going below 110. We could, but we're not. Okay, so there's 25. There's 75. Here's another 25 actually. We did make our right, and we have $106. So we have $106. So we're almost there, right? So we, coming out. There's 5. Point is 5. So technically, right now we could do. There's a 4. We could do same bet instead of pressing them. We could just do same bet. 27, right? And now we have our 1. Whoa, so close. No, no. Let's do it. Let's stick with it. Forget the 27. We need to stick with the system, okay? So we know we're gonna bring $5 back to our rack, and the 4 and 10 is gonna look like. I thought if we same bet, we would have we would be out of the hand. So here we go. We're still doing the system so we can get out of the hand. Out, man. We were all. It was my fault. My fault. All that confusion. That was my fault. Sorry, everyone at the table. That was my fault. Taking same bet and then going up. That was my fault. That was my fault. The dice are like, go ahead, put more. The dice were technically out, and I was still betting. Oh my goodness, that's what happens. All right, so we're up. We're up. I did bring an extra 100, so 600, right? And I'd probably tip the dealers only $11. I feel bad about that. Maybe I'd throw. Never mind. I'll throw in a clean one for them as well. All right. Well, let me check the chat before we take off. Yeah, it was a good run. That was a good run. So, trust your gut. Yeah, I knew a short roll was coming. Oh my gosh. The thing I don't want to be is I don't want to be that guy that like turns his bets off every other roll. Like, turn me off. Okay, turn me on. Okay, turn me off. Okay, turn me on. Turn me off. Turn me on. I don't want to be that guy. But trust my gut. Yeah, I should. But we got away with a good profit this time, and it's the promise keeper. You have to promise yourself in any strategy, really, any system, any strategy. You should promise yourself to stick with it, to get out of the hand as soon as possible. If you have the bankroll and you could go 220 inside that pays $70, and you get one hit, and then you go to 66 inside, then you're out of the hand in one hit. Like you could do the same thing if you get paid 50. If you go where you get paid $49. What is that? That's 35, 42, 42, 35. And you get $49, and then you go, after one hit, you go to 44 inside. Like the main point of craps, if you're gonna, in my opinion, if you're gonna make money, you have to get out with as few rolls as possible, but you also don't want to risk that much at a time. So anyway, kind of, that's why this system, Promise Keeper, is press. Once you hit a double, like something that's pressed, you bring it all down. So you're hoping, So anyway, thanks for watching. Make sure to go to holyroller.com. Watch that 4-minute video I have there about Craps for the Cure. We're trying to raise some money this week, and this week only. You could send it to the link in the description of this video or at theholyroller.com. Or, sorry, Holy Roller, not the, but just holyroller.com without the ER, just the Holy Roll with the R, holyroller.com. And I hope to see you cruising and rolling on a craps table soon. See ya.